and she had this whole thing about how important it is. It was kind of funny. It was called Be a Greedy Bastard. Use content strategy to get what you want. Except that she, let me see if I can just jump to her clients. Oh, where was it? Where were her clients? Huge names. And whenever she talked about adding another page that they realized that they would need to get the job done right, they just slap on another 10 grand. I mean, huge jobs for big clients, and that's where we're headed, really. And we're taking all you guys there. Just get it into your head what's possible and where we are and where we're growing into. A production line makes it possible to use everybody's efficiencies and get everybody in, make sure everyone's paid, and just add to the process, add to the process, add to the process. More for everyone to do. If you got paid 100% of whatever you sold, you got 100% of it. Let me show you this with a calculator, and then I'll close, man. I mean, this is important to understand. Say you got $1,000 per sale, and you try to keep it all yourself. That's one thing. But say you find somebody out there who has something he can add to the process. All right. And when he adds that something to the process, you could double your sales. Well, let's say you pay him 20%, so you only get to keep 80%. Okay. Except that he just doubled the process or double the sales for the process because of the value we added. So in the same space of time you were getting 1,000, you're now getting 1,600, and he's very happily getting 200%, $400. It's working out for him. Say you find some other guy, and you're also paying him 20% of your grant. All right, so now you're down to 600 a sell, but he found a way to double your sales too by adding some new value to your process. Now you get 600 times 4 sales in the same space of time is 2,400. See that? You're almost at 2.5 times the cash now because you pay out more, not because you're trying to hoard your piece of the pie. The more you pay out, the larger the pie gets, and your original pie winds up being way smaller than the piece of the pie you're going to wind up with. That little piece of the pie you're going to wind up with is going to be a whole lot larger than your whole regional pie was. Say you find another person who doubles the process. Now you're just getting paid 400 to sell, but it's actually, how many? 2, 4, 8. Yeah, you're at over 3 times the cash you would have been making before. Say you find somebody else who has a way of pulling it off, and then you're down to 200 a sale, except that now you're down up to what? 2, 4, 8, 16. It's 16. I guess you could say that's where the cutoff basically is at the bitter bottom there. But do you see, we learned that a long time ago, and that's why we call ourselves the dogs, because we keep handing out in such a way that our scraps add up and everybody else is happy. Everyone's getting paid. It works. It works incredibly well. So we're the first site we know of with a production line. All I can say is definitely get involved and register for that call. Get on this thing, don't screw it up, and get on the call and get ready to roll, because we've got a lot for you to do, and it's just going to keep growing like crazy. 1 in 5 people who come in just want to work on the production lines is going to be the salesman type. They're also going to attend the free sales calls, and then they're going to take off like crazy selling. And so the more people we get working on the lines, the more sales we're going to have that are feeding the lines. It's going to cycle. Okay, we're taking care of supply and demand at the same time so that everyone can stay busy. All right. Our goal is that whether you're buying this for $14.95 or $24.95, you're making your money back within a week or two. That's kind of why we always keep the price floating where it is. But now when we jump up to $24.95 with a production line, you can think about making that kind of money back in a week or two, because that's exactly where we're headed. All right, that's the idea. I mean, you should be able to make that kind of money for a lot less work than you're doing now. And try creating a line, come up with a process we haven't thought of, and we'll let you record a series about it or whatever, show people how to do their job on the line, and then the salespeople go sell it. You don't have to sell it. And guys who want to sell, think about the money you'll be making. Take this and just multiply it, because it's a lot. You can make that. You can make $5,000 a sale 2 or 3 times a week. $10,000, $15,000 weeks back to back, and you don't do any work except for the selling part. That's it. You don't do any of the work. You got the sale, you're done. The next time you get notified, really, it's just with the content developer for the call, and then after that, when we let you know that the pages are going live so you can tell your client. Why should you be the one telling your client and not us? Keep the relationship going. That's way when other guys R&D up new process or production line concepts and upsells different, and we all come out with different things, you can turn back around to your client and you can say, hey, we've got this other thing. You see, there's your upsell. What happens when you have 10 clients or 20 clients or 50 clients? And what happens when we come up with something that's an upsellable? And you can make, who knows how much you can make, $500, $5,000 per sale. Those are the first guys you turn to. You know, there's your 5 grand or 50 grand in upsells through the guys you already have now because they're happy. That's where we're headed. All right, that's it. You know what to do. And so I am going to bust off. And don't forget to register for the webinar for sure. Don't forget to register for the webinar. All right, guys, I'm done. I just kind of like threw all this stuff at you, and we'll break it down in pieces carefully and answer all your questions and everything in the webinars. And there you go. It's been a really, really long recording I just did, but heck, I haven't put anything out in months. Just want to let you know we have been out of sight and out of mind, but we're booming. Come Tuesday, man, we're kind of like opening to the public and getting all this stuff to actually happen. And there's a ridiculous amount of ways to make money on it. You'll find your place. We got things for everybody in this system. That's the idea. All right. Hope you find that interesting. It's going to be a heck of a Christmas. All right, talk to you later.